One of my subscribers asked me to make a video about horse mental health. Horses are just like us. They have good days, they have bad days. There's a lot of things that can affect your horse's mental health. Things like where he's kept, the horses he's around, events that can happen that you don't even know about in the middle of the night in the pasture. The weather can affect it, the physical condition, whether or not they're sick, feeling good, feeling bad. If your horse is usually kind of perky and happy and energetic, and then all of a sudden you go to the pasture and you're like, why is he lethargic today? He's not moving around. He's probably sick, so you might not want to ride him that day. You might want to get the vet out. Now, on the other hand, if your horse is really lethargic and tired all the time, and all of a sudden now they're spooky and full of energy, well, maybe something happened that you didn't know about. They've been getting spooky over time. Maybe they ate something, too much feed. Sometimes they'll break into the barn and eat a bunch of feed and they're just like completely crazy. So there's a difference between your horse having a bad day and your horse being bad. If your horse is just being bad and they're not sick, they're not physically injured, and they're just kind of acting up, well, a few things to keep in mind is, are you overwhelming your horse mentally? For example, if I'm trying to teach him 3 things in one day that are really complicated, you know what? That's probably too much for him in one day, and if I overwhelm him, then he'll begin to just kind of fall apart. And horses have a very short attention span. It's like teaching a 3-year-old kid something. You've got like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before they kind of start not paying attention anymore, unless it's super exciting and super clear. So make sure you're not overwhelming your horse mentally with too many new things at once, because that can oftentimes get them to shut down mentally. And if they shut down mentally, they won't be listening to you anymore, they won't be obeying you anymore, and they'll just kind of slowly start to get worse and worse. Especially with more advanced horses like him, I'm tempted to make him do something that he's just learned perfectly the first day. But if you take it slower, you'll kind of ingrain it in their mind in a better way, and they won't associate being overwhelmed mentally with that exercise. Prioritizing your horse's mental health, keeping an eye on his physical state, his mental state, is a very important part of horsemanship, and I think it's oftentimes overlooked. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.